Hello, Mr. Executive, sir. Sorry I'm late. Thanks for taking the time to meet.
I understand you need some funding. I haven't heard of you before. You, got a script somewhere in here?
No, sir, just the treatment that you see here. I'm sure that you saw inside of it. There are some pictures, some nice photos of a, little stylistic mood board that maybe would coincide with my film. I don't have a script. I do have an idea of what type of movie I would like to make, but just a general one. And yeah, I think, feel like this is the place for me to be.
Son, have you ever made a film?
No, well, technically no, but I mean, I do refer to myself as a filmmaker. My friends on Instagram and Facebook. I've done like 3 spec ads for products. I had to storyboard them and everything. It was kind of cool. And then I did my sister's wedding last summer in Granny's backyard. And I feel like that's got to make me a filmmaker, right?
For the sole purpose that is ridiculous, I am not going to answer that. What I will do is give you 5 steps to become a filmmaker. Now you can take those steps and implement them immediately after this meet. Once you're done implementing those steps, I want you to come back to this office where I will review your film. If I like it, I'll fund your future films. How's that sound? You ready?
I was born ready, sir.
Step 1, look at the bigger picture. Now, if you want to make motion pictures, you need to look at the bigger motion picture that is your life. You need to understand what fuels your fire, what burning desires you have. What I'm saying is, what stories do you want to tell? You can't just go in swinging at the fences telling all kinds of stories, because you'll find yourself lost. You need to dig deep. Find out what type of films you'd like to make. Maybe you're a sports drama guy. Unfortunately, you could be a romantic comedy type. Hell, you might even be a documentarian. Once you figure that out, you'll be at peace with yourself. You'll understand what step to take next. So the first step is to look at the bigger picture. Tell the stories that matter most to you. And Martin Scorsese said it best when he said, "Write what you know." Copy that? Good. Step 2, get out into the working world. Now clearly you understand that this is a big piece of the puzzle, or you wouldn't be here in my office right now. However, you showed up ill-prepared. You came with a treatment, where most people come with a script. Hell, most people come with a pilot episode, so I have something to conceptualize. Coming here with just a treatment makes you look, well, I hate to say it, makes you look like a fool. And it makes me wonder if you've done any networking at all and talked to any like-minded individuals in the filmmaking world. So your next step is to go out into the working world and meet people in your industry. There's far too much to know in the filmmaking world, and so the more people that you have by your side, better off you'll do. Some of the most successful people in the filmmaking world didn't go to school, didn't get a diploma or a degree. They just met the right people along the way. Maybe they went and did gaffer work on a local short film, offered their time in a studio mopping floors. Whatever it takes, you gotta meet people. You gotta meet the right people. But do it with your heart. Lead with your heart, not with your head. Lead with your heart. Ask questions. Be curious. Meet other like-minded individuals, and that'll take you very far. This brings us to step number 3, and that is to write a script. Now, it can't just be any script. This story has to be compelling. And like I said earlier, if you write what you know, odds are you have a lot of compelling scenarios that you could bring to this story. A lot of scripts sit on a shelf for years and years before they get greenlit. So if you're going to come to me with a script, it better be one hell of a script. Now, I'm not saying you got to be Quentin Tarantino, because nobody's Quentin Tarantino. But also, with that being said, nobody is you. And you are yourself for a reason. I'm not trying to get all godlike here, but I'm telling you the truth. You have a story to share. Many stories to share. If you dig deep and you find a compelling story with characters that have arcs, characters that battle their demons, characters that overcome and win, maybe even lose, but there's a reason behind all of it. If you can bring that together, you're going to have one hell of a story. And let me tell you, executives like myself, all over the world, they'll be willing to buy that story. Now, I get that you're new here, so I would recommend the first script you write is a short film script. Mock up a 10-page short film and bring that to life. If you're a little nervous and don't think you can bring the best story to the table, use one of your new networking friends and hire them. Be honest with your budget. There's a lot of people out there who won't charge an arm and a leg for a script, especially a 10-page script. But remember, story is everything. Story will make or break your production. You could have the best camera angles, the best camera movements, most majestic lighting you've ever seen, but if your story sucks, it doesn't matter, son. It's not going anywhere. Story is everything, so find a script that compels. There's a lot of research out there that you can do when it comes to writing, screenwriting. Blake Snyder, one of the greatest of all time, has an amazing book called Save the Cat. I'm not going to give you mine because I love that book and I read it twice a day. But that's how I can write. That's why I write. I understand the ins and outs. I understand how to make a compelling story, and you can too. Just got to find that first one. All right.
You know, sir, I can't thank you enough for all of this. You have no idea how many people told me that you would slam the door in my face, and you didn't do that at all. You've just been so giving, and I really do appreciate this.
Yeah, well, something about you reminded me of my younger self. I'm not sure what it is yet, but...
Yeah, that's super weird. I don't have a clue why you would see any type of similarities.
Step 4, my favorite step, is to shoot the damn thing. Alright? It's guerrilla mode time. This is all on you. You need to play producer. You need to make some phone calls. You need to find some crew members, hire some actors. Please, for the love of God, be prepared. Do a little pre-production, okay? Have some planning in mind. Understand the amount of days it's going to take to shoot this film, where you're going to shoot the film, who's on board, where the nearest hospital is in case anything goes wrong. And please, for the love of God, feed your crew members. Alright, you don't want to work with somebody and not feed them so that they go and tell the next person that you're a slave driver. They'll never work for you again. You gotta have a lot of fun, that's first and foremost, but you have a job to complete. You understand that, because you're a filmmaker. This is your story. You want to put everything you got into it, so why not treat the people on board as good as you would hope this film can turn out? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not sure if you're a guy who understands cameras or how to light a scene, but if you cannot, go back to that networking list, okay? Find some friends, a DOP, a gaffer, and again, be honest with your budget. You might have a $500 budget, you might have a $5 budget. The sooner you're honest with that, the sooner you can get people on board. I've had a lot of friends that worked for free because the story was so good, they just wanted it on their reel. They didn't care about getting paid. It was a 2-day shoot. They just wanted that on their reel. They wanted to share with their friends. Look what I made. We made a banger. You know what I'm saying? Now, the most important part of all of the filming is probably the actors you hire to portray the story. I'm assuming you're a terrible actor, so please hire good ones. Now, shooting a film is no easy task, but if you have everything lined up, if you execute with the crew members, if you have pre-production planned out, if you have positive reinforcement on set, the right gear, good actors, and a great screenplay, you might just make a banger!
Sir, you scare me when you do that banger thing.
Shut up. Now you've made it to step 5, the final step. And that is post-production. Pop quiz. Does Chef Ramsay cut up his ingredients and then let someone else cook his meal?
I think the opposite, actually.
That's not the point. The point is, any great artist always maintains control of their projects. Otherwise, it gets lost in translation. Now, I hope to God you can edit. But if you cannot edit, find yourself an editor and glue your butt to his couch or her couch. Female editors are probably better. They listen more. Men just kind of screw things up. But that doesn't mean you can't find a male editor or female. You know, the choice is yours. Listen here, man. You need to find a good editor if you aren't one yourself. It's very important that the editing process is understood, that the story aligns with the cut points, the soundtracks, all of the audio tracks. Listen, you need to understand that element of post-production because that's going to ultimately bring your story to life. It's going to take your story, culminate it, wrap it up into a little bow tie, and it's going to get it right back here to my desk, which is step 6. And I don't got to explain step 6 because you already know. Now, I hope you do well with that advice that I just gave you. I don't have much time left. I got a meeting in 3 minutes. So take what you learned, go make a movie. I'd like to see you back here as soon as possible.
You are just incredible, sir. I gotta tell you. I'll be back. I'll be back. And when I do return, I'm gonna be a verified filmmaker. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Yeah, I should go. I should go now. Again, thank you. I really appreciate it. Hollywood! Here I come. That's it for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed that skit. I wanted to bring that to life because I feel like a lot of how-to videos on YouTube are just the creator talking to the camera, and I'm a little green when it comes to that, so definitely more comfortable with skits and with writing material. And so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful, and I hope you can take what the executive gave to you, implement those steps, and work hard for a month, and you might come out a filmmaker. And who knows, you might even be the next Tarantino. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.